So how's it going, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brexar and I create content, anything Yu-Gi-Oh and everything Yu-Gi-Oh. Today, guys, is the start of the exzero festival, and we have here a tasty deck for you guys today. Taste the deck! Well, basically, this is the same archetype that we use in some previous festivals, but although this is the same archetype that we use on previous festivals, nevertheless, we just added the Brave engine just to give it a little bit more spice to the archetype. So what I'm talking about is Megalith, guys. And yes, Megalith is still prominent in or during the festival, of course. And not only that, True Dracos is still amongst us. Nevertheless, their trap cards has already been, or most of their trap cards has already been limited during the festival, so they can't really use their archetype to its full extent. So without further ado, let's get into Master Duels and check that deck out. So basically, I've been testing this deck from the start of the exzero festival, and so far so good. This is the right amount of cards that you can use for the festival, and Megalith is not the type of archetype that you can like joke around with, especially if Phaleg is already on the field. This monster stacks with other copies of itself, so increasing its attack to all of your monsters or face-up monsters on the field, it's pretty good. So just adding the Brave engine to almost every deck by now is pretty nice. It gives it a little bit more power to it. So yeah, this is basically everything for the Megalith or the Brave Megalith deck profile. So we have 3 copies of Ash Blossoms, 2 Water Enchanters, so very much useful, of course. 3 copies of Manju of the 10,000 hands. Now, basically, I would like to remove 3 copies of Manju. And if you have Preparation of Rites or 3 copies of Preparation of Rites, I would advise you getting 3 copies of Preparation of Rites just to avoid activating an effect of a normal summon monster to your side of the field. And why is that significant? Because, of course, your Rite of Arimistier only activates when, of course, a special summon monster is on the field and activates its effect. If it's not a special summon monster that activates its effect, well, then your Rite of Arimistier cannot be activated. And this is the same if ever you activate the effect of the normal monster before or even after you activate the Rite of Arimistier. So basically, this will cause your deck to falter. But nevertheless, if, like I said, if you have 3 copies of Preparation of Rites, that's pretty much useful for the deck. So this is just a choice that I really wanted to remove, but yeah, nevertheless, it's still useful anyways, just for more attack power if ever Phaleg is on the field. So yeah, just summoning this one to the field and then, of course, not activating the effect. Yeah, that's basically one of my choices there. But if ever you don't have Rite of Arimistier on that turn, then you can just activate Manju of the 10,000 hands just to search for your either ritual monster or your ritual magic card. So that is that. Next up, you have your 2 copies of your Magic Core, your 2 copies of your Wandering Griffin Rider, your 2 copies of Megalith Full. Now you can have 3 copies of this, but 3 is just too much, and having 2 copies just in case one is banished is pretty much useful. 1 copy of Ophil because it's limited to 1. 1 Haggith, limited to 1 as well during the festival. 1 Ock, so Ock is just not the best of Megalith monsters, but it can do per se. If you have more cards on hand, then it's pretty good just to discard 1 more Megalith to the graveyard for the effect, or just to add more Megalith monsters to your graveyard. And next up, we have 3 copies of Megalith Phaleg and 3 copies of Megalith Bethor, sorry. So once a Megalith Portal and Megalith Full is already on the field, now all you need to do is just recycle your cards from the graveyard to your hand, to the field, to the field, to the graveyard. That's the loop that you can do with the Megalith archetype with regards to it. And you have seen a lot of Megalith gameplays throughout the whole festival in previous years or in previous months. This is the same thing as that. So that is all your monsters. Now for your magic and traps, we move on to your 1 Regeki, 1 Harpy Spitter Duster, 2 copies of your Rite of Arimistier, 1 copy of your Starlit Papillon, 1 Dracoback, 1 Megalith Portal, as like I said, 1 Forest of the Lost Flowers, 1 Faithful Adventurer, 2 copies of Gold by the Grave, 1 Megalith Unformed, 2 copies of Breath of the Resurrection or Breath of Resurrection, 1 Megalith Promotion, and 2 copies of Megalith Emergence. Now, Emergence is pretty good just to spirit summon your Megalith monsters from your graveyard to your side of the field in defense position. That's pretty nice, and your promotion just doubles its level for any level 4 or lower Megalith monsters on your side of the field, or the ones that you targeted. And with that finished, we can just move on directly to the replays. So those are the replays, guys. Thank you for watching for those replays. And yes, that is the Brave Megalith engine right there. And yes, it is very effective during the festival. And I've just been starting to grind up until 7,000 reward points at the moment. So this is the complete deck, and hope you like this kind of content. Please feel free to subscribe. See you in the next video, guys. Keep safe, good luck, and have a good day. Bye-bye.